Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're here once again with Eldrazi Ramp, specifically the Karn variant, as I cannot give up Karn the Great Creator. It is just too good of a card. That being said, MTGO is still having some lag issues, so hopefully it does not cost us any games and or matches as a result, because that would suck. But this hand is not really keepable, so mulligan. Just way too slow. A turn 4 Mega Spawn just ain't cutting it nowadays. Let's see if opponent joins me. They first need to be given the option. Alright, mulligan to 6. They are mulliganing as well. This is good. I will keep. So we go Windswept Teeth, Sprawl, Temple, Thought Knot. So we could go Sanctum of Ugin into Karn at that point in time. Thoughts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could also go Rumble. I think we'll dump the Karn, actually. I think finding another land destruction, so World Breaker, so Mega Spawner, just seeing how the Karn makes more sense here. We'll crack Heath, which will shuffle the deck, which is relevant. Puts Karn somewhere a little bit better. They end up keeping 6. So we'll go Thought Knot next. Saga. Opal. Well, now I'm wishing I kept the Karn. You have a third artifact friend. Doesn't look like it. Kozilek's command is good. Well, we'll get a better picture of what we're up against here now. Well, there's Tamiyo, there's Emery, there's a Preordain. Probably want to take the Emery here. That sounds right. Because that will fill the grave. Tamiyo's not too much of a concern off the bat. Another Baubles, now you have Opal, Stomping Grounds, Shock. Okay, so you're going to make a Construct. Well, the good news is twofold. A, we drew into a Karn. B, we have a Kozilek's command. So let's play Sanctum of Ugin. Let's go ahead and... Do you want Malevolent Rumble here? It's a -1. I think we do Malevolent Rumble here. Well, there's a World Breaker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to find a land, though we do have the Kozilek's command, so let's bring in the Breaker. And then hold up the Kozilek's command. Yep. Okay, Bobble. Interesting thought here. Actually. Hopefully my inputs come in time. They do. Perfect. So now I can do this. Two. Now you won't have enough artifacts to make another Saga token. No Saga token for you. I mean, next time we could Breaker, we can Karn. Both are good options. I think Karn is better, though, for obvious reasons. There's an Amber. Emery. Okay. It's an Underworld. You have Preordained still. Tamiyo, Preordained. Tamiyo. If you have a Breach, I think we lose. No, we wouldn't lose yet. Be pretty dang close though. Preordain. So we know nothing in their hand. Scry 2, draw a card. Tamiyo does flip for what it's worth. Instant or sorcery. We did draw. This is not neutral, but I don't think we can play it. We could if we sacrifice an Eldrazi spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Well, let's go with Karn. Minus Karn. Do you have a Unholy Heat in your hand? If you do, that would be a slight problem, but you should do it after I'm finished wishing. If we go Chalice on 0, they would need specifically a Haywire Might in order to deal with it. So even if Karn were to die, we would be fine, at least temporarily. Let's go Chalice of the Void. Chalice of the Void, X equals 0. And go to combat attack Tamiyo. Down to 1, so they can't bring back a Preordain. Up to 3. And we got there. Alright. Temur, Grinding Station, win for game 1. I'll bring in Stonebrain, Might, and I think the sideboard guide I made tells me to bring in Dismembered. No, just Haywire Might and Stonebrain cutting the Kozilek's Return, which, yeah, that makes sense. Everything else should be good. That's why having a guide is nice. It's like, well, I should know. And it's like, I definitely want to bring in the Brain and Might. The question is, do I want to bring in Dismember as well? And it's like, it's okay, but not great. It sometimes can work out, but other times it's just meh. But we are on the draw for game 2. This is a turn 2 Rumble. We have Devourer, so I will keep this. Ideally looking for a Soul Land for command. Keep. Reveal. I guess Soul Land for command or Soul Land for Karn. Thundering Falls. Grinding Station. That's unfortunate to see early. Do you have a third one? You do not. Huh. Well, no Soul Land, unfortunately. You can guarantee a land drop. Might not be a bad idea. Otherwise, we could go a second Rumble. Let's go for a land drop. We'll go Forest, Sprawl, and we'll go green. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily hurt to go into another color just in case we need to EE, but I feel like if we're going to EE, it's going to be on 0, so I think we go green. More green source is the better here. Yeah, I really wanted that soul land, whether it be for Karn or for command. I mean, the temple would have been fine. Wouldn't have been as good, but it would have been fine. It didn't have the third artifact, which is interesting to me. It could still have Emery in hand, however. One day this Utopia Sprawl will resolve. I definitely clicked green, right? Yeah, I did. Alright, and pass. And pass. Urza Saga. Well, we have the commands. We just need to find colorless sources. Preordain. Preordain resolves. Scry 2 draw. Scry 2 top 1 draw. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and rumble. Well, there's the temple. Yeah, I think we grab temple here. We'll go ahead and play temple. It allows us to hold up command X1 now. Next turn we can play Karn. Another saga. Well, I'm just going to make a construct here. I make a construct. That is fine. Emery. I'll let this ETB and see what's in gray before commanding. Saga, Nature's Claim, Sink, another Opal, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say no to that and go ahead and exile the construct. Done. Do want to get rid of Emery here, to be honest. It doesn't matter if I just brick all their lands anyways. I mean, they won't be able to haste the Saga. Let's grab the Ugin's Lab. Tuck the Devourer. We can now play Karn the Great Creator. I'm going to minus Karn. I'm going to grab a Did we grab a Haywire Mite or we grabbed Chalice? I mean, Chalice on 0, once again, bricks a lot. They can make the construct, but then we can just sit on it. I mean, I guess it was better for me to then keep this untapped for command. Ugh, bit of a misplay there on my part. I mean, they'll probably grab the grinding station. So we go Chalice or Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt might be better. Let's grab... Because they can grab a Mite. They still need to kill Karn, though. We can Haywire Mite it and just get rid of it. I mean, there's choices here. Let's go Haywire Mite. I shouldn't take too much time with the lag. I'm being a bit aggressive here with the Mite, going for land destruction, robbing them of that artifact. So we'll go ahead and cast Haywire Mite. Unless they have a land, they won't be able to make a construct with a saga. I think this may have been the right move. The only thing that really hurts me would be a Unholy Heat, since they probably do have Delirium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they definitely do. So Unholy Heat would definitely hurt. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would hurt. And pass. Let's see what you got, opponent. Saga on 2. You do have the land. Shocking. Now, do you hold up for a construct, or do you go with a... Okay, you go for a construct. That is fine. Eldrazi Temple. Don't mind if I do. Let's get rid of... Mishra's Bauble? Mox Opal? Let's get rid of Mox Opal. Let's go ahead and play Thought Not Seer. If they had the Unholy Heat, they would have played the Unholy Heat. Consigned Memory. Rude as hell. That's fine, though. We have x equals 2 for this construct. Yep. And you'll grab a... Maybe Pithy Needle? No, Mox Amber. Okay, that's fine. One, two, three, four, five, six. So just one more will do it. So what I'll do is tick up, exile, tick up, exile. Get rid of the constructs. Go to blockers. Block the Emery. Emery will be exiled next turn. Let's go ahead and exile Emery. Emery down. We'll minus Karn, grab Chalice of the Void, x equals 0. And pass. And we got there. Good stuff. Alright, so with that being said, a good clean 2-0 win, and we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we are back for match 2 on the draw against Blue Diamonds. I want to say... Was it Azure Moon or Blue Diamonds who was on Belcher? Like, the name sounds familiar. I will keep this. Reveal Devourer and pass. Okay, so not Belcher. Probably Mono Green Broodscale combo. Springleaf Drum, yep. So Karn was a good keep. Let's actually go Utopia Sprawl. Wooded Foothills, crack. Forest. Sprawl. On red. And pass. We'll tuck the Devourer. And play a Karn on turn 2. Is that a Glaring Fleshraker or Broodscale? Oh, you... Do you? Adapt. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're fine. It's okay. Thought for a second they had some way to win. Karn the Great Creator. Need to tick up Karn and pass. Attack Karn. We'll play a Sowing Mycospawn next turn. For 4 mana, is this a Kozilek's Command X2? What is this? I mean, I would imagine so. Unless it's a Glaring Fleshraker? What's going on here? We do need to be mindful of the Glaring Fleshraker, if it is. I'm just confused as to what they're doing exactly. Okay. I want to say that was a Kozilek's Command X2. Well, I think we do try and ramp in the Breaker. So we can go Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Sowing Mycospawn. Let's grab Eldrazi Temple. Knowing that they have an X2 command, I'm tempted to tick down Karn for a... whatchamacallit. Tempted to tick down Karn for a EE. I think it might be right just to tick up here. I mean, EE would take them down just to 3 mana total if they were to go that direction. Alternatively, I can minus Karn for liquid metal coating. Let's do that. Minus Karn, grab liquid metal, we'll target the temple. That still leaves them with just 3 mana, and next turn I can get rid of a land, I can World Breaker, and I think at that point things will be pretty locked up. I don't know a way where they'll be able to just suddenly deal 1 damage to Karn here. And back-to-back Breakers 2 will be good. Alright, yes. Liquid metal coating. You could take care of the forest instead of the temple. Not sure if that'd be really beneficial. Opponent's thinking either that or lagging, not sure which. Alright, and pass it back to you. Let's see that Command X2, looking for solutions to your plight. I guess there's a world where you do, if you X2, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, you'd be 1 short on the Mycospawn. On exiling it with another command. Yep, you'll only be able to X3 if you do that. Well, we were correct. Let's see what they put on top and bottom. Two top, a little bit concerning. Oh, let's go ahead and Liquid Metal Coating the Eldrazi Temple and pass. Another Temple. Well, still not enough to K command here. You're short 1. You have a card of your own. Okay. It's interesting to see Karn in these lists now. What do you have available to you, though, is the question. Yeah, I mean, Karn will die. Oh, we'll take out the Basking Broodscale. Well, then Karn will be at 6. I mean, yeah, getting rid of the Basking Broodscale is correct. So Karn down. Unfortunate. Catacombs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's go ahead and World Breaker. Get rid of the green or get rid of this temple. I think get rid of the temple. And pass. And put a pause on end step. There's Malevolent Rumbles. They have a blocker now. Do you take the Beseiju or the Blade? Imagine the Blade. Prismatic Vista. Okay. Tempted a Thought Knot next turn, especially if they minus Karn here and grab an artifact. I think it might make sense to do so. Light Halfling. So you have plenty of blockers for Karn. One, two, three, four, five, 6. One short on the Devourer to get rid of the Delighted Halfling. It force a block from the spawn. They have 2 mana available. If I want to draw a land, maybe I don't crack the Catacombs on end step then. Give me a higher % chance of doing so. But with them minusing Karn here, I think I'll probably go with Thought Knot unless they play the artifact. I guess they could go for a coding. But then they would have to sacrifice the spawn. You could also try and go bridge. Just slow me down that way. Stone Brain. You have a few options. Dampening Sphere kinda does something, not as much as you would like. Let's grab a Stomping Grounds, tapped. There's the forest. So let's return Devourer. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Return Devourer. Let's go ahead and exile the Halfling. And threaten Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we still have 7 for the World Breaker, even with Dampening Sphere. So not too worried about that. And since they grab the damage sphere, that feels like they don't have the win. What do we think, an opponent? To block or not to block? That is the question. A bit unfortunate that since I did kind of know about the Kozak's command, if I did go EE, they wouldn't have been able to play Karn. Unfortunate. To be fair, I didn't really think of Karn as a potential threat. Butter, what you doing? Yeah, you. Come here. He's right now just yelling behind the door. Not entirely sure why, but he is. Alright, and we'll pass. Does Karn tick down again? That is the question. Do you have the win? Karn does tick down. Ticks down for what? Bridge? Bridge is an option. But actually, it would let Worldbreaker still attack. So unless you have a win con here, I think we're in a relatively good spot. We only have 3 mana, 4 for Eldrazi. There are no Eldrazi artifacts that I'm... Vexing Bauble. Why Vexing Bauble? That seems odd to me. Clearing Fleshraker? I guess maybe just to create a spawn. Butter. Come here. It's kind of grabbing random artifacts. I'm not sure why. So K Command X2. You now have 2 blockers for Karn. We know 2 cards in hand. Hi. Come here. Oh. You want lap time? You want attention? I can give you attention and lap time. So 3 cards unknown. And they did top 1. Oh, if they don't do anything else, I'll probably Thought-Knot Seer here. And take a look at what they have in hand at this point. Okay. So you have a Basking Broodscale. Otherwise, why tap one of your blockers for Karn? Green. Could be Boseiju. Boseiju doesn't do much here, though. Okay. That's 2 mana. It feels like a Broodscale. Oh, Damn Sphere. Yeah, that's fine. Well, being Karn's down now. Interesting choice. Huh. I'm confused by this choice. Why? And if I just high roll into a Karn, I think I just win. And they gave me that ability? Feels strange. Devourer of Destiny. Well, that's not a good option here. Huh. So Broodscale requires 1, 2, and then they need 4 mana total, 2 to cast, 2 to equip, or cast and equipped, and then they can sack the spawns. So let's go ahead and attack down Karn. Karn will go. Yep, Karn down. And then let's just go ahead and cast Thought Not Seer, I think. Thought Not Seer? There's another Karn, another 2 Karns in the Basking Broodscale. We take the Basking Broodscale. Well, you could recast Karn for what it's worth. Vaccine Bauble, sure. Now you have to pay 5 for Karn, leaving Karn fully exposed. I guess you could crack Bauble? You do. So this was a redraw. Odd. Ancient Stirrings. And you find what? Find a Glaring Fleshraker, which is pretty good. You can't play it this turn, though. They have 1 unknown card. Lab. Well... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could play the Devourer. I think I'll cast the World Breaker, though. Get rid of the Temple. I mean, now you need 3 blockers. 1 unknown. There's a Fleshraker. And I think Damp Sphere is going to hurt you here, because now you can't really cast anything. Yep. Yeah, Damp Sphere I feel like is not the right choice in this matchup. I can just generate a lot more mana for free. And then we want, what, targeted removals? We drop Emrakul in favor of Dismember. Yeah, that sounds right. Because Emrakul kind of doesn't do too much here. On the draw for game 2, this hand is not keepable. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This hand is interesting. I'll keep this. I'll drop a Temple. Reveal Devourer, and pass. Prismatic Vista, crack. Forest Stirrings? No, nothing. That's, yeah, I guess Ancient Stirrings. Malevolent Rumble ain't doing much, so maybe we grab the Forest? Also an option just to, like, grab nothing. Kind of tempted to grab nothing here. Because what we could even want to find, Thought Not Seer, Karn, Kozilek's Command. So a lot of good options, so we'll say nothing. Soy Micro Spawn is up there, but not right now. Now I need a green source for Soy Micro Spawn. There's a Temple. Damn Sphere, well that's frustrating. Well, I'll go ahead and play a Temple. I guess that does hurt you as well, but now a green source would be really nice. There's a Forest. We do have Dismember. Rumble. Rumble resolves. Finds the Saga. Karn, you say? Well, don't mind if I do. We can have the Dismember up for the Saga token. Fleshraker. Well, now we'll go to end step. I would like to get rid of that Fleshraker, please, and thank you. Is a threat I cannot ignore in this matchup. Well, let's go lab. We'll tuck the breaker. What do we grab of Karn here? I mean, we can grab Liquid Metal Coating, play Liquid Metal Coating. You can't actually play both EE and Coating next turn is the only problem because of Damp Sphere. Well, we'll minus Karn. Bridge really doesn't... Actually, Bridge is interesting. Bridge is very interesting to me. You need to get rid of these sewing mycospawns, though. Huh. That's a thought. I'll grab EE and then pass. I imagine they make a construct. Broodscale. Broodscale does resolve. Oof. What do we exile? Nothing of relevance. Huh. Well, in that case, we can do a couple things here. So let's go EE on 0. And then let's go ahead and tick up Karn. Do you make a construct? You do. You'll float. Well, in that case, I'll crack EE now. I guess you could grab Pithy Needle and name Karn. That is an option. Blade of the Blood Chief. So you're confident that Karn will die. Maybe I should have held EE until combat. Probably would have been a wise decision. Well, they have their own Karn, which means Karn down. Well, that is unfortunate. Yeah, I think they have the win now, so we'll just concede out. Because they can attack the Broodscale, yeah. Unfortunately we didn't grab the green source. I do kick myself for that one. Was hoping there's Tyrell into the Karn. On the play for game 3. Pretty slow hand. I'll keep this one. It's still a bit slow though. Here we go. Rumble. If we keep it, what are we doing with it, is the question. Keep, drop Breaker, play Forest, pass, and pass. There's a halfling. Well, you know what they say, bolt the bird. Well, there's a rumble, and they grab Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we can play Karn, but then what, right? Alternatively, I can set up with Mycospawn. One, two, three, four. If I play the woodland, I can go 1, 2, 3, Malevolent Rumble. Let's grab the forest. And let's cast the Mycospawn. We'll grab... Do we want to grab a temple? Maybe not a bad idea, so we have 2 colorless sources available. Now if they cast Karn by sacking the Eldrazi spawn, then they'll be in a bit of trouble. Stirrings. Are they short a land? I was not expecting that. Here's a Glaring Fleshraker. Crack it, play Glaring Fleshraker. Sack it for a Haywire Mite. Well, there's Kozilek's command. We can X equals 4. So Kozilek's command, if we X equals 4, do we want to do that? Might be better for an X equals 4 and then get rid of the Fleshraker. And then cast Karn. Oh, this is actually X equals 5. Yes, we still get rid of the Fleshraker. The reason why I play the Talisman, even though I know Karn's coming down, is the actual act as another way to attack. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana. Minus. And let's just grab a Ballista so that way we can go after them a bit more aggressively. Maybe we'll grab a Flute next turn. No. Attacks. Let's see if you play the Karn. Why not tick up or down Karn? That was a mistake. Well, we'll tick up Karn on Impulse. And all at Karn. Spawn down. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X3 Ballista and pass. Cavernous Souls on Eldrazi. Okay, something Eldrazi. Is it going to be a command? It is a command X1. Oh, Ballista down. Bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Do you have another blocker, though? Moments like this remind me how I wish I had a, whatchamacallit, Wormcoil engine in the side. Well, they expect to be able to get rid of Karn here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eldrazi. Well, we will go after Karn. Actually, we'll minus Karn. Okay, so let's do this. We'll go after Karn. No, maybe not. I'm gonna hold off on that, actually. We're gonna minus Karn. Yes. I'm gonna grab an Ensnaring Bridge. So he can't attack my Karn. If you get rid of it somehow by exiling it specifically, that could be relevant. The biggest thing is that they destroy it. We have shifting woodlands to bring it back. Right now they can't combo off because Karn's on board, and that's what matters. Saga. Yep. That is fine. Might be able to win on time alone. Our opponent has been taking their time here. Rumble resolves. Imagine you take Temple. Takes Blade of the Blood Chief. So you have 2 of them now. There's Blade. Take up Karn. Oh, we'll go ahead and cast a Thought-Knot Seer. Grab the blade. Take up Karn. And done. And pass. There's the temple. Taking up Karn. That will not work out in your favor, though. Another blade. Because now we're going to see about getting rid of Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. unfortunately we're short. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and get rid of Saga. We'll make a construct. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll take up Karn. Actually, let's take down Karn. We'll take down Karn. And we're going to grab Cityscape Leveler. Modo. Wakey wakey. Well, let's grab the leveler. And then pass. And pass. I mean, at this point, I'm not sure if getting rid of Bridge is a good thing for them. Minus Karn. Pithy Needle. Naming Karn? I'm not exactly upset by this. Yeah, that's fine. Untapped. I mean, if that's the case, I think we get rid of Bridge then. No reason to attack right now, though I guess we could have Breaker. No reason not to either. Start applying pressure. Down to 16. Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess you could get rid of Leveler. Yes, 8 gets rid of Leveler. That's mildly unfortunate. Alright, leveler down, you attack Karn. Well, we don't exactly allow for that. Well, we'll play the Windswept Heath, and we will pass. What we're going to do is something a bit interesting. I'm going to attack with Breaker still. Actually, no. Not a good idea. We win with time. We can just kind of sit back. We can rest on our laurels right now. Especially if shifting woodland and the bridge. So we'll just take our time. No need to rush things. Utopia Sprawl, target, it's not neutral, green, and pass. Pass back to you. They can start making constructs. Their thought's probably going to be that it's big enough to where why not. Basking Broodscale. Imagine they cast it. Yep. Well, I won't show them that, no reason to. Actually, I will play it, because there's a world where we might need to activate Shifting Woodland twice. So that creates a token, yep. Their thought is that they'll be able to kill Karn now. Yes, that will resolve. Soul Guide Lantern. I get to pick one thing from my graveyard right now. You saw the line, you sneaky little devil. I will get bridge. Let's crack the Windswept Heath. A forest. Let's pass to opponent. Need to be careful here. Shifting Woodland. We can grab a Thought-Knot Seer. Go to blockers. Block. Actually, you know what? Maybe we don't do that. We just block and block like this. Yeah, no reason to give them a draw. Well, let's go ahead and cast Malevolent Rumble. We can go Sowing Mycospawn. We can cast Sowing Mycospawn. One, two, three, four. Yeah, we'll just play it safe. Hello? Oh, Moto's just doing Moto things again. I mean, I just need to time you out. 29 seconds. There's the Sowing Mycospawn. We'll grab a Sanctum of Ugin. Is the Rainforest and pass. Adapt, yep, that's fine. Saga triggers, yep. Activate Shifting Woodland for a Devourer of Destiny. We'll go to blocks. So block, block, block. I guess, actually, it doesn't even matter, right, at that point? So cancel that block. Cancel, I guess, block. Karn will die. And there's the timeout. Alright, we got there. It was a close one. Probably could have played that a little bit better, but we got there in the end. With that being said, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we are back for match 3, and it's you! It's Jimmy! Oh, hello there. Oh, that is unexpected. A happy surprise, but unexpected. I will keep this. I do like this. As always. Alright, well we know what this is. This is Rakdos Hollow One. See you in round 1 again. Well, let's see. Do they have the nuts? How many hollow ones do you have there, friend? There's a 1. Is this reminiscent of last Friday's challenge? Okay, it's not. So we can go Wooded Foothills, Kraken, Forest, Sprawl, on red, and pass. The question is, do we want to break out the breaker? We need to clear board. Alright, well let's go Rumble. Rumble, there's a breaker. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breaker might be correct here. So let's grab breaker. Well then, imprint breaker. We'll play the talisman. And let's dig a little bit deeper. We'll still have a blocker. Let's grab Karn the Great Creator. And pass. So they might not expect that we have a second breaker up our sleeve, which will be good. I guess I should hold the ability to respond in case of a Bowmaster. Targets me, that's fine. Let's see what you got for an Arena of Glory. No haste. Spell Bomb, sure. Burning Inquiry, this could be interesting, yes. It didn't pitch, oh, it did pitch the breaker. Funny enough. But it didn't pitch the return, which is unfortunate. Yeah, if it had pitched the return, that would have been so good. Well, we're going to take, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down to 5, I think. Alright, well, let's go ahead and sack the spawn. Pass the turn. So we'll take 8 down to 3. Well, Bolt kills me. We'll draw a card and then exile my grave. I guess the return being pitched wouldn't have been good, after all. Now, let's play the Temple. Let's go ahead and cast a World Breaker. Get rid of the Hollow One. And now I have a blocker for the Bowmaster and the Orc army. Looting. I mean, if they find a Bolt or an Inquiry, we lose. Haste. Haste a FOMO? Haste a Hollow One. Yikes. Yeah, they got it. Yeah. Unfortunate. So, Rakdos Hollow One. Lost for game 1. I don't think there's really anything we do here. We just hold back the returns and go from there. Was there anything I could have done differently there? On the play for game 2, I will... it's a turn 3 microspawn. I don't feel like that's enough. I'll keep this one. Temple, Forest, into Rumble. We're going to want the return, so drop a Devourer. I guess I can play Stomping Ground tap to start. Would be a half bad idea. Well, there's a Sowing Myco spawn. We'll grab that. Let's go ahead and Stomping Ground tapped and pass. And pass. Looting. Yes, looting resolves. Leyline of the Void. Fascinating. Let's rumble. Utopia Sprawl is net neutral, so I think we grab the Sprawl. And then we will pass and hold up the ability to respond. This feels like a Bowmaster. Let's Utopia Sprawl for red. Let's go ahead and cast a Sowing Myco spawn. Oh, I did one too many. 1, 2, oh yeah, I did. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I overspent. Well, we'll grab Temple. Odo's thinking about my decisions. We have 2 Devourers here and a Worldbreaker and Grave. It is unfortunate about that one spawn that I oversacked. And pass. Yep. Let's see the Bowmaster. There's the Bowmaster. Do we see an Inquiry thereafter? 19 and pass. Street Wraith, Inquiry, DRC, Inquiry, Alpine Moon, Naming, Eldrazi Temple, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Inquiry. Wow, they whiffed on the Kozilek's return again. Wild. So 5 damage down to 14. Probably could have mitigated 1 damage. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. No. Yes. Impulse. If I can survive this turn, we should be good, because we can clear the board. The problem is the Detective's Phoenix is also going to make things a bit difficult, I fear. I'm hoping that they try and attach it to the Bowmaster. Fetch down to 12. There's an Ox in the grave. That could prove to be an issue, but Phoenix first. DRC resolves, and it's putting it on DRC. Can't do anything about that. Bowmaster. So that's 10, 12 out of 13. I think they have 1 more Phoenix. So I'd be at 1. Please put it on anything but the DRC again. Puts it on that. So we'll let the Surveil trigger resolve. That's going to be 12 damage. So we're going to be down to 1. Yes. Return Devourer to hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exile the Detective's Phoenix. And clear the board. I need one Bowmaster or Bolt to kill me. Oh, they just need a creature. So they are going to bring out the Ox. I don't think they'll be able to haste the Ox, though. Inquiry into the Grave. Street Wraith. Street Wraith. Yeah, you got it. That's going to be a hasty Ox. GG's. Yeah. Somehow return didn't go into the graveyard on both inquiries in both games. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Both inquiries whiffed on the return both times. Thank God, they say. I know, right? Good luck next match. Welp, it is what it is. That is rough. I know that this matchup is a bit rough to begin with, but that was unfortunate. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we are back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Risky keep. Is it even a risky keep? Yeah, we can risky keep this. It's a bit silly, but we have, what, 10 forests? So we have a 1 out of 5, or roughly 20% chance per card seen. We're going to see 4 cards deep. I mean, if we don't see it, I don't know what to say at that point. I mean, rolling the odds. We should have, like, what, close to an 80% chance of seeing a forest off the top. We're playing the Temple, though. And I actually might Malevolent Rumble next turn. Forest. Yes. Grab the Heath. Temple. Pass. A soul land into a green into a rumble is not a bad turn. Is this Boros Energy? Maybe not. Oh, almost passed it again. Still getting used to that. Forest. Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have 6 mana. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's grab the second forest so that way we can play this Utopia Sprawl. And pass. We'll hold up the ability to respond. I mean, if it is Storm, I guess we can grab Karn and go Tormod's Crypt. If it's energy, we have Return. So we're not, like, in a horrible position in the grand scheme. And if they set up with a then Return is good too. So I think we're okay-ish unless they just win on the spot. That would be slightly unfortunate. Thundering Falls. Okay, could be Grinding Station. Don't get much info from that, unfortunately. Could be Jeskai Control, could be Grinding Station. 4C Rhinos? This could be Rhinos. Interesting. Fire Ice? Okay, so it is Rhinos then. Okay. Yes, this resolves. Well, let's go Utopia Sprawl, target, pay, red, rumble. Ugins Lab. We'll grab the Ugins Lab. So that way next turn we can EEX0. Well, they could have a force, which is a bit concerning. No, I should hold up the ability to respond. So yeah, this is definitely Rhinos. I imagine we see a Shardless Agent or an Ardent play. Looks like Shardless Agent. Nope, Crashing Foot 2, okay. Well, that works out for me because now we definitely grab Karn. Okay, Ugins Lab. Let's tuck. I think we tuck the Breaker here. No, let's tuck the Devourer. No. I don't think land destruction really matters much right now, but we'll hold it. Let's go with Thought Not to Start. See if they have a force. You have 5 mana left over. Unless you have main deck Consign, I imagine this Thought Not resolves. Subtlety and Force and a Scion. Which one do I care about more here? I think I care more about the Subtlety. So we'll get rid of Subtlety. We know about the Force, but they can't play it. So now we play Karn. And the World Breaker feels a lot better now because then we can get rid of the Xylotraco. That worked out. So this is at least, what is it? 5C Domain Rhinos. Win for game 1. And I don't think we really have anything for a sideboard plan here. Crashing Footfalls, yeah, there's really nothing that we want. I guess you could argue the Domain version that we sideboard more akin to Domain proper, which still feels like maybe we should keep as is. Yeah, I think we keep as is. Like, yeah, maybe the Might would be good. We could go 61 card special there. On the play for game 2, this hand's too slow. So we're gonna mulligan. This hand does nothing. Yeah, it doesn't do anything of note. So we'll mulligan on to 5. We'll keep this hand. So we rumble. So here's the thing though, right? We could high roll into Devourer. I think we do drop Talisman Return and try and high roll into a turn 3 Myco spawn, but is that too late? Maybe. Well, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what's on top with Devourer. Done. And then we'll reveal Devourer and pass. Yeah, land destruction on turn 3 might be a little bit slow. Because they'll have a turn to have cascaded before I destroy a land. At least we ramp into Devour, which will then act as a blocker. So, we'll see. Okay, well, Devour or Trigger. Sowing Microspawn Command Karn. I don't think Karn comes down fast enough here, though I guess we could go after... we could go after a... EE. EE might be a choice. You just need to land right with the Mycospawn then, or with the Rumble for Mycospawn. Command is another choice. I think we actually go Command here. I think that's a safer bet. Let's go Temple, pass. Because for 2 mana we get to exile a Rhino. There's also a mild possibility they might be on Inevitable Betrayal, which would be a bit rough. But I think we might end up seeing a Scion instead. Let's see it. Scion for 2. There's the Scion. Yep. Another Rumble. Well, let's go ahead and Rumble. A Breaker would be good. Ask and you shall receive. It'll take a turn, but we'll be able to set up for it. We'll take 4 down to 16. Ooh, they missed a land drop. Well, that's good news for us. And I guess you could have a consign. You do not have a consign. So we'll grab Temple. We are short a land here, so we might have to Rumble again. Either that or we find a soul land. Okay, attack for another 4, down to 12. Another Mycospawn. Let's go ahead and Rumble. Try and find a green source off top. Opponent's thinking. They force it. Put you in a ley line of the Guild Pact. Well, that is unfortunate. Maybe we got a bit greedy. Should have played the Sowing Mycospawn instead. We played the Mycospawn, then we would have enough for World Breaker this turn. Probably would have been the right move. They find the land. Do they have the Cascader? Yeah, I guess knowing Force exists in this deck, maybe it was safer to just go Mycospawn. A little bit of a misplay on my part. I got a bit greedy, I fear. Especially because also I was then having to wheel into specifically Greenland. Let's see the Rhinos. Ardent play? Ardent play. Yes, that will resolve. We'll go to end step. Crashing Footfalls. We'll get rid of a Rhino. What we really need now is to find a soul land off the top. Moto's thinking. Continues to think. Alright, there we go. Now we can pay for that, draw a card, and exile a Rhino. Alright, now Lethal's not on board. There's another Rumble. Rumble's not what we need. Need a soul land. Stomping Ground's not what we need. Well, let's go ahead and Rumble again. Well, we do wheel over the return. The problem is now surviving. I'll take 5 as is. Let's grab the Talisman of Impulse. Let's play the Talisman of Impulse. Let's put a Stomping Ground into play tapped. So that is 7. I cannot attack. If they have removal, then I die. There's the Leyline Binding. Show me the binding. You got it. There it is, yes. So yeah, we misplayed. I shouldn't have been greedy. I should have just played it safe, played the Myco Spawn, got the trigger, got the land, played the World Breaker, exiled the Scion, have a blocker. We would have been in such a better position. Even if they would have binding the Breaker, we could have then exiled the binding with the Devourer. We had so much more to do if I just played the Sowing Myco Spawn instead of being greedy and playing a Malevolent Rumble. So that's on me. Should have played to win. Yeah. In case like that, with Force especially, just need to play it safe. Just play it safe. We got this. We're going to game 3. Alright. On the play for game 3. I'll keep this. Yeah, it's a pretty solid hand. We can ramp pretty quickly, Malevolent Rumble as well on turn 2. So I'm pretty happy with this. Breaker. Impulse. Pass. And pass. Portico. Resolves. Rather, to trigger resolves. An Ardent Plea into the grave. Okay. Another breaker. This is great. Forest. Then we're going to hit ourselves with the Talisman of Impulse, play Utopia Sprawl targeting the forest, and generate red. And then we'll attempt to Rumble. And the only way that they can play around it is via a Force. That resolves. Then we'll play Rumble. Does Rumble resolve? Rumble resolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's grab... If they were to Fire Ice, I think we grab a Thought Knot here. And pass. And hold out the ability to respond in case they try and kill a spawn token. Actually, Wear Tear here would be pretty backbreaking. Thundering Falls, yes. Crashing Footfalls. Alright, I think we have free reign. Another breaker. We'll be drawn to a land. Let's get rid of blue or white. Let's get rid of blue-red. And pass. I mean, the good news is we have a play even if we don't draw into a land, but if we draw into a land, I think the game's more or less over. There's a Misty Rainforest. Do you crack it for the Triome? No. Oh, that sure is a land right there. Let's get rid of the Portico. If you have a binding, now's the time to play it. You do not have the binding. Land Destruction deck is online. Down to 15. Triome. If we draw another land, we can play our third breaker. Hi, Butter. What you doing? Hey, don't play with wires. Come here. If you want attention, I can give it to you, but it has to be in my lap while I'm playing Magic. You can learn how to play with me. What do you think, Butter? What should I do on my next turn? Should I play Thought Knot Seer or World Breaker? He says to play Ocelot Pride because he likes the cats. Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, bud. I don't play energy. What are you doing? Okay, goodbye. Oh, well, that's a Karn. We have enough for both. Let's go ahead and cast Thought Knot Seer. Thought Knot resolves. They have a Charmaw, Endurance, and 2 Shardless Agents. Well, I don't really care about the Shardless Agents, so let's take the Charmaw. They're probably a bit confused there. Because now we play Karn. Karn minus? Yes. Grab Chalice of the Void. Chalice of the Void on 0. Pass. Attack of Breaker. Down to 2. I mean, you can play a Charlotte's Agent all you want. Doesn't matter now. And that is a clean win right there. Alright. Well, 3-1 going into match 5. Let's go for the 4-1. With that being said, we'll be back for match 5 in just 1 second. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. Interesting. I will keep. Let's bring up both Devourers. Triggers. Malevolent Rumble would be good. I would take a Rumble. Talisman of Impulse is okay. Kozilek's command is actually pretty versatile here, so I think we go for command. See what we see on the next one. Command, yeah, we'll go command. Would it be safer to go for a land? It might be safer to go for a land, but command. Play temple and pass. And pass. And we're gonna just get absolutely blown out by a force, but that's a Gala Shrine tapped. Interesting. Those are not colors I normally see, friend. What you got? Plains. Okay. I wonder if they're gonna hold up a Felia. Do you think I'd grab Stomping Grounds here at the Rainforest just so that we have return available? White Orchid. In response, I'll crack the forest. Stomping Grounds, untapped. ETB, should probably let them target first. I mean, they're going to target the temple. That much is clear. Done. Bottom. Karn. Yes. Forest. Pass. Well, we have the Kozilek's return up for what it's worth. Oh, that's less than ideal, I'll be real. Wonder if they have a way to flicker it. I mean, I guess they just take out the Stomping Grounds, so it's not great. Push is rude. I will crack it. Do you have an Ephem? Because that would also be rude. No Ephem. Okay. Crack the Marsh Flats. Gala Shrine shocked. I mean, taking out the Stomping Ground won't do too much. The best thing we can come off the top is a Soul Land. Emperor of Bones. Interesting. It's the return, so that way I don't get that back. Yep. Soul Land. Sprawl. Same idea. Oh. Red. Pass. So we need a land from Mycospawn. It was like Orzhov Midrange. Which Enchanter, yeah, you just have all the right cards, don't you, friend? So once again, we really need a Soul Land. Also realizing that the chat window's not up. Not sure if that was the case for last round as well. Apologies if so. Yeah, that's not looking good. We're not dead, but we're not in a good spot either. So like I said, really need Soul Land so we can play the Mycospawn and have a blocker at least. Then try and ramp into something. Sounds like Butter was just getting into something. Well, apparently the boy here was licking frosting off of a cake. So, I have to keep an eye on him going forward. Hopefully it wasn't too much though, so it doesn't upset his stomach. That would be less than ideal. White Orchid, yeah. Yep, we'll grab a forest. Once again, we're looking for a soul land. Humble, 2, 4, 6, 6. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. Talisman, not great. Yeah, I think we're just going to come up a bit short, unfortunately. Oh, and we also have to pitch something. I guess we pitched the World Breaker. I don't think we'll be casting anything here. So, Ors have mid-range. Yeah, so definitely going to be a loss for game one, I think. I mean, so that would be 8 down to 3. You kind of need to block here, right? Four, 5, 6. We're short. All right, on to game 2. Well, we took some risks and it definitely didn't work out. If we're run it back as is, don't think there's really much to change here, and the return's still probably one of the best cards to have for what it's worth. I think only the Emperor Bones can really interact with it in at least any meaningful capacity. I'm always fascinated by these decks that like definitely really target the Tron or Eldrazi decks. I don't know how they perform in every other matchup though. I feel like it would be poorly, but maybe I could be mistaken. Let me know down in the comments if I am in fact mistaken and these decks perform relatively well, even when they aren't against their best matchup. But, I mean, if we go for land destruction on our end, I think we'll be in a good spot. Just need to play fast. Yeah, we can keep this. We're looking for a green source. Reveal, trigger. Let's instead grab the command. Though actually, no, let's go Karn turn 2. I think a Karn turn 2 will be a bit difficult for them to deal with. Thing is, they do have the Witch Enchanter and other cards that can deal with artifacts, so I can't really lock them out with like Bridge, for example. But Karn does deserve an answer, or rather, requires and demands an answer. Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. Well, if you don't have it, we'll get Coding. Otherwise, would Ballista be better? Yeah, if you don't have something, you need to apply pressure now. Yep. Let's see if you have the White Orchid or something similar. And even if you do, we could go Ballista X2 and just remove it. Oh, it's not Orzhov, it's Esper? Esper Midrange? Interesting. Do you have the white orchid? Feels like you might have a Felia. Well, let's go ahead and play a Talisman of Impulse. Those Talisman resolve. It does. Let's go ahead and play a Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. Let's go ahead and play Malevolent Rumble. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We'll grab a temple. And then finally, liquid metal coating. This coating resolve. Coating target archive. Floats the mana. And we'll take up a Karn, and I think they'll show us a Filia. Yep, there's the Filia. We don't have a blocker because they're just going to flash the Eldrazi spawn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be short 1 now. Unfortunate. I mean, I guess we could grab Solitude. That feels like a waste, because they could have just Filia unless you have a white Orchid Phantom. Seems like you might. Like something that you want to flicker. Okay, so you do flicker the Overlord. Okay, that makes sense. I guess you take back a white Orchid. Take back a Trawler. Okay. Flicker that. Filia will grow. And then they'll take a Solitude. Well, grab Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and kick a Mycospawn. Is put into a graveyard. That's an important thing to note. But we'll get rid of the Godless Shrine. Odo's thinking. We'll grab... What we'll grab? I think just a lab would make sense. I have the Solitude in hand, and I don't really care too much about that, because we are going to grab a bridge. Minus Karn. Ensnaring Bridge. And pass. And pass. Well, we've locked them up pretty well now until they have a Witch Enchanter, but if we keep them off lands, it doesn't matter. So we'll probably grab World Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sanctum of Ugin. Grab another World Breaker. Emperor Bones. Well, that does complicate things a little. Grabs a White Phantom Orchid. So I'll probably get rid of the Emperor of Bones. Let's retrieve Devourer. Cast Devourer. Yes. And I'll grab a World Breaker. You know, what we could just do is set up enough of a board and the last breaker just, breaks our own ensnaring bridge. Might be what we end up doing. Yeah, butter. Thankfully, the Felia has a +1/+1 counter on, so we didn't have to worry about it attacking. Not that I think they really could in a meaningful way right now. Yeah, I think the only thing that can really deal with the bridge is the Witch Enchantress. Speaking of. Double white, though, could mean that they do have the White Orchid Phantom. Skyclave Apparition will do it. So there goes the bridge. I guess they can flicker the Apparition, but that would end up sacrificing the Felia. Solitude gets rid of Devourer, or Swine Mycospawn? Devourer. Okay. Well, now they can attack pretty cleanly, because they'll flicker the Mycospawn. And they'll get 8 in. Yeah, that'll flicker the Apparition. I imagine they flicker the Mycospawns and they're attacking with Felia. Would rather I not block. Oh, interesting. Why would you do that? I guess maybe because they have another Felia? Return Solitude. Will block. Do you have another white source? Or white permanent, rather? The pitch? No. That feels weird. I guess they can grab back Felia? As they grab back Felia, I think. Opponent's thinking hard on this one. Return Solitudes. They have 2 Solitudes in hand right now. Alright, opponent. Well, we're going to get rid of the Overlord with World Breaker. That much is clear. I have 2 Solitudes and then 1 other card that I'm forgetting. Okay, my turn. Okay, paying costs. Yeah, that's fine. You'll get rid of the Myco spawn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we could rumble, but I think it's better for us to just go breaker. And that way we can return that breaker if needed. Get rid of the Overlord. And then pass. And you have 2 Solitudes in hand right now. Another Overlord. Yes. Good thing we have another breaker in hand. Imagine they grab back Felia. They could do that. They can grab back a Solitude. Not sure if there is Recruiter of the Guard. That is fine. We can kind of take our time on getting rid of this Overlord, technically. I mean, if you want to get rid of Recruiter of the Guard, I guess I could just do so with Thought Knot. Pretty cleanly, in fact. Maybe what we'll do first is Malevolent Rumble. Let's grab the Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's the game. Good stuff. Alright, that's a win for game 2. On to game 3. We'll run it back all the same. Not much to change here. Alright, on the draw for game 3. We will keep this. Keep and pass. Tapped. Yeah, I'll go Lab Breaker Impulse, and that ensures that we can play the Thought Knot on 2 even through a White Orchid. And they don't have a White Orchid, we have a World Breaker. So that will be a good spot to be in. Alright, do you have the White Orchid Phantom opponent? That is the question. Double white. Seeming like it. Either that or you could have a Felia. There's the White Orchid. Well, we knew that was likely going to be the case. So we will grab a forest, play the temple, play Thought Knot. Does mean that we are short on the breaker. What? Well, that's fascinating. What's the thought process behind that? Oh, let's go temple. Alright, opponent, let's see your hand. Why did you just do that? What are you looking to accomplish? Well, there's an Ephem for one. I think we do take the Ephem. And pass. I mean, next turn's a breaker. We can get rid of the Overlord. We'll take the 2 in the air. Imagine they will play the Overlord. Because it is 2 mana, right? They don't. What is going on, opponent? Well, we'll make it so that you just can't. Do you have something to pitch to it for a Solitude? Was that the thought process? Next turn we play Karn. There's Felia. Okay. We'll need the Solitude if you want to attack through the breaker. Otherwise you just won't be able to flash or flicker the White Orchid Phantom. Aether Vial, sure. So we know 4 cards in hand. Well, let's Cavernous Souls, naming Eldrazi. Probably should have 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, probably should have waited to do that. But we'll rumble. Eldrazi Temple. Well, Devourer lets me get rid of Felia. Yeah, I think we just go Devourer. Five card types. Let's get rid of the Felia. And we got there. Good stuff. Yeah, I think they got a bit greedy for game 3 there, not putting in the Overlord instead of the Felia. I think that was a little bit of a mistake, but for it, we did end up 4-1. So not bad in the grand scheme of things. Pretty good results. Overall, happy with our performance. Think we could have played maybe a little bit better in some games, but overall, felt pretty good. With that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting that like button and commenting down below, especially if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, any feedback that you have, because as much as I hope that you all learn from me through both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well. And finally, if you aren't subscribed, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. We are getting closer and closer to our 500 subscriber goal. And once we do hit that goal, we'll be able to monetize this channel, allowing me to start saving up for a streaming PC, so that way I can stream live on Twitch. But as always, folks, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!